Okie dokie. Well, Thursday mornings is feast day for us in the studio. We're good friends at BCFresh, and a load of celebrity chefs have combined for us to have our breakfast made. And we can talk a little bit about BCFresh, but we also need to talk about Mr. Quang Dang. He is the chef de cuisine at the Sea restaurant, a man being described as a genius, and just looking at his product so far. Wang, what are you making for us? What have you got there?
So what I have is a seared BC Albacore tuna with a Pemberton potato salad and a little bit of pickled beetroot, also from the Pemberton Valley, and a squash and hazelnut vinaigrette from Agassiz.
Now, is this your own mental creation? You just
Definitely
throw it together, or what?
Well, you give me a list of vegetables to work with, and I guess in some respects you can MacGyver your way through the vegetables and come up with something beautiful. And when the vegetables are just that fresh and local and wonderful, it's very easy to make a wonderful product.
Well, the product you've made for us, and the others are sampling at the moment, I'll get around to it. The colors are magnificent. Timothy, what says you?
I just had some of these fresh beets. Delicious. I love beets. I mean, beets, we don't use enough of beets. We don't eat enough beets.
The tuna is seared, and a lot of people who make it at home make the mistake of overcooking.
Yeah, it just melted in my mouth. And the warm potato salad, so good. Love it.
How long should you sear that tuna?
Well, this tuna was only seared for about 2 minutes max. Just a little bit on each side, just so you get a little bit of caramelization, a little bit of color, and it's still very rare in the middle.
Okay, here's your challenge. You're supposed to do BCFresh. It's easy enough to do in the springtime and even in the fall, but here you are in the dead of winter. What do you make?
Well, here's the beautiful thing on this dish itself. It's already full of root vegetables and vegetables that can cellar over the winter, and I think this really shows what this dish shows, really what you can use and what's already available throughout the winter and what will be available for the next couple months. Plus, we have fresh herbs available to us year-round, local.
Amy Jane is fixated on the fact that you are about 12 years old.
Actually, 13.
You're,
13.
You're 28, is that right?
29, actually.
You're 29 years old. And Amy says, I've got to ask you how a guy at the tender age of 29 can not only be the chef de cuisine of a high-end restaurant, but how do you know so much about food?
Well, I think it's just a sheer love for food, and it's more as opposed to work being a chef. It's not really work, it's more of a lifestyle. So you get up, you go for a coffee, and as opposed to having a regular coffee, you go out and find something a little bit more interesting. You know, your palate's always looking for different things, so it goes from every aspect of your day has something relationship to food and or dining or whatnot, that over a little bit of time you end up getting a repertoire if you really keep your eyes and ears and your palate open to all the things that are around you.
Assuming you ever get a day off, chefs don't really take many days off.
What are those?
But do you what are those? Do you cook for yourself? Do you cook for your friends? Or is that I do not want to look at a stove when you're on your day off?
Some days I'll cook for people, but rarely I cook for myself. It's going out to little eateries and hole-in-the-wall restaurants that, you know, it's cheap, it's quick, it's got food in it, or even going out to the farm. Like last weekend we went out to Salt Spring Island for the Apple Festival, and there's like 400 different varieties of apples, all from Salt Spring Island. It was amazing.
We're trying to entice people with the series we're doing with the folks at BCFresh to maybe broaden your horizons, you know, for food, and don't stick to the usual thing. What would you say to somebody who says, I don't know about trying that tuna, it kind of looks a little raw?
Well, you can try anything once. Like, if you've never had it before, then you really can't say that you don't like it. You can try it. And I think there's a lot of the local products, as there's a movement to have better quality local products, and as the local people want to have better products, the quality is out there. So every time you eat something, it's a much better quality. You can taste it, and really all the simple cooking methods is really what you want to try.
Timothy, you have
I know.
You've inhaled it.
I got 30 seconds. I gotta hit it.
You've inhaled that
I know.
food.
So good.
Want another?
Yeah, I need another one. I'll take it with me.
Craig,
hit a button.
Craig, who has been with studio with us, he doesn't have a mic, but he's got 2 thumbs up as well. And Amy Jane, you're done?
It was really amazing. I'm not done. I'm just trying to savor it a little, not be rude like
That
Tim just
was
was.
unbelievable. Quang Dang, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Very great pleasure to see you. Good luck in your future endeavors. Iron Chef must be in store for you at some point.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Come
We'll
on.
see. Why not?
Well, yeah, exactly. She says that by the time you turn 14, you'll be,
Well, I think you have to be a minimum age of 15 years old to be able to do that competition.